Hey you guys, so welcome to my class. It is Marketing to Your SOI, Turn Your Relationships into a Referral Engine. You see, I have to look at it. I'm really bad at trying to memorize stuff. So this is going to be really good to implement into your business. You don't realize how much business you are losing without working your SOI. So what's the first advice given to new agents? Work your SOI. I know I became a new agent and my broker's like, okay, go out there, work your SOI. I didn't even know what the hell an SOI was. Okay. Like no one explained it to me. My mentor didn't explain it to me. So I just went around the internet looking for what an SOI was. And trust me, I found a lot of definitions. So it is basically, we're going to talk about what an SOI is. It is everybody that you know. Okay, it could be friends, family, neighbors, the people in your community. It's everybody that's in your life, even acquaintances, even people you don't like. Trust me, they are part of your sphere. Because I've had a lot of people that I don't like contact me for real estate advice. So maybe it's a client that you haven't seen in 10 years. Maybe it's, an extended family member, a great aunt that's out there that's, I hate to say it, about to croak. I mean, someone's going to be the executor and someone needs to list that house. So it's very important to put everybody in your CRM that's your sphere. So we start talking about who's part of your SOI and how to expand it. So the first thing I hear from new agents is, I don't have an SOI. Yes, you do. You have this? Who has a phone? I think everybody now has a phone. Everybody now has an email. Every contact you have in here is part of your SOI. I mean, I think if I look in here, I have my contacts separated into family, friends, neighbors, doctors, dentists, things like that. So everyone that is in your phone should be in that CRM categorized, because you need to remember who you've spoken to and what you've said to them. And trust me, if you have as many as I have, I probably have over 2,000 people in my phone. You're not going to remember everything you say to them. So like we said, it's family. We've got friends, neighbors, your spouse's friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, all their friends. We have your neighborhood organizations, volunteer organizations, other community, if you do volunteer services, former classmates, elementary, middle school, college. And if somebody's like, I don't speak to anybody in my elementary school or middle school, if you're on Facebook, yes, you do. We know that you're stalking them because I do all the time. Your children's sphere of influence, like their friends' parents, their teachers, the school staff, the superintendent. I have the superintendent of Orange County on speed dial. So their doctors, their dentists, if your kids take karate, the karate teacher. If they take music lessons, the music teacher. Past coworkers. We all didn't start out as realtors. Well, I mean, maybe Noah did. I didn't. Your spouse's current and past coworkers. Place of worship. If you go to church, everybody that's in that church is part of your sphere of influence. Do you play on a team? Past clients, once you close, they become your sphere. They just don't fall off. You should be continuously marketing to them until you stop with your real estate license, okay? If you have a real estate license until you retire, that's great. Market to them until you retire, then give that database to a new agent so that they've got one to go on. Social groups. My husband's a Mason and a Shriner, so I have to go, unfortunately, to every event, but I use it as a marketing strategy. I had an event on Saturday that was probably the most boringest thing. I went there and I brought a bunch of business cards. I can't use my digital business card there because this is an older crowd. So I kept whipping out my business card to everyone I spoke to. And it didn't even matter if they asked for it or not. I start speaking about real estate. Local businesses, if you have a florist where you get your hair done, your doctors, your dentists. I get a dental cleaning, I'm talking about real estate. The dentist is in my mouth, I'm talking to him about it. The hygienist is in my mouth, I'm talking to her about it. So I'm waiting for them to tell me to shut up. So your manicurists, if you go to a cafe, your favorite restaurant, continuously, you can build it by continuously going to these places. And when you tip, you leave your business card with the check. Those people will become your sphere. Vendors you use, so housekeepers, lawn care service people, CPAs, they should be part of your sphere. You definitely need CPAs if you're in real estate. Photographers, even when you get close to your mortgage professionals, they become your sphere of influence because you don't know who they will refer to you. And you want to be top of mind with them because if they're not referring their clients to you, they're referring them to someone else. So how do we expand it? You need to be active in your community. You need to expand your presence on social media. Use different online and offline marketing that is targeted to your sphere. So like I started a Facebook group for just people that I know personally. And it's for them to ask me questions about real estate if they don't want to pick up the phone because nobody calls anymore. Nobody leaves voicemails anymore. So everything's done through social media and text message. Set aside at least 1 to 2 days to go to a local community event or a charity. I probably try to do something twice a month to be part of my community. I know this past year I was Miss Florida, so I was at a lot more events, but every event I was at for that, I mentioned real estate. I told them that. And it's not just saying, hey, I sell real estate in Orlando. It's, hey, I have a CIPS designation. I can help you find real estate anywhere on this globe. I have a DIPC certification, so if you want to go look at properties in Dubai, I can take you. Those are things that I talked to them about. When they asked me about the market, I made sure I was prepared. What was the average sales price in our MLS system? Not everybody wants to live inside of Orlando, so I make sure that I expand my knowledge to different areas across the state, and that's what you need to do because you need to be the local expert. Because if you're not the local expert and the real estate expert, they will find somebody else who will be. So this is a ninja tip. You see, every time there's a ninja tip, there's going to be a ninja, okay? Don't write anyone off. You could see on my past slide, I put people you don't like right there. So I put people even that I don't like into my CRM because those are the people that decide to call me and ask to buy a house because they see that I know what I'm doing. You want to keep them in your pipeline because let's say someone's not ready to buy a house now, or let's say, they're like, hey, no, I just bought a house with another agent. You don't know, but in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they could be buying that $1 million oceanfront property. And I can attest to this. When I first started in real estate, once I figured out what a SOI was, that was a sphere of influence, I started talking to everybody. And before I started real estate, I worked at Rachel's. And everybody I worked with was my sphere. Now, half the people that worked there became real estate agents. We all partied together. We all did events together, community events together, things like that. I'm very close with the owner. And I thought I knew everybody that he knew because we all do everything together. Well, he had a Christmas event. I came to it with my husband after being in real estate probably about 6 months. And I sat and I met somebody, I can't use his name because he has me under an NDA, but we'll call him Bob. So the owner, Rachel, says she's amazing at what she does. She knows everything around town. I spoke with Bob. Bob was like, can you meet me for lunch tomorrow? I was like, sure, yeah, let's go to lunch. I went to where it was, as it was at his hangar over at the executive airport. And there was an attorney there. I had to sign an NDA right away, got to sit and have lunch. And he took me up in his helicopter, showed me all the property he owns. He owns a third of Taft. And if you don't know what Taft is, that is the industrial section of Orlando. It's named Taft, and this is very important. So if you do work in industrial real estate, it's named Taft because it means train after fucking train. Okay, that's what everybody calls it. It's very, very important to know that. But he owns a third of Taft. He also owned a few apartment buildings in Orlando and was looking for a property management manager to manage his apartment buildings and to manage his industrial real estate. Well, guess what? I'm not going to turn it down, but I became an expert in the next couple of weeks about industrial real estate. I learned everything I could and I took it on until he sold his portfolio. And then I was like, okay, I'm done with him. But I kept continuously marketing to him and his wife. You know, I brought them little special treats, and I'll talk about that later, the different things. But he called me about a month ago and he said, I'm bored. And I was like, okay. He's like, I want to meet you tomorrow. Let's get on the jet. Let's go down to St. Pete and start looking at houses. So he's told me his budget is about $1 to $2 million and he wants oceanfront property. So you don't know who's going to want to buy what unless you keep them in your pipeline and you keep marketing to them. So why is growing your sphere so important? These are stats, so I'm definitely going to look at the screen because I don't have these memorized. Here's the seller stats. And this is according to the National Association of Realtors, their 2022 profile of home buyers and sellers. So in the green, you can see sellers who found their agent through a referral from a friend, a neighbor, a relative. It was 63%. The other 37 was from other places. But I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of sellers in 2022 that found their realtor through a referral from a friend or family. 73% of sellers said that they would definitely recommend their agent for future services, while 12% said they may recommend their agent. That's still a big stat to see 73% of sellers would recommend their agent. That is another referral, 2 referrals, 5 referrals. So 39% of sellers use the same agent to purchase a home. And then if this home was within 10 miles, the statistic rose to 85%. Let's look at some buyer stats. So we have 39%, you see I wrote it wrong on the thing, 39% of buyers used a referral from a family, a friend, a neighbor. 12% have used an agent that they had in the past, while 10% found their agent while they were inquiring about a property. So, I mean, if you could get 39% and keep that, you know, that's pretty good. 89% of the buyers said that they would recommend or use their agent again. So continuous business. This is why past clients stay in your sphere. So the big question is, what's my sphere worth to me? Okay, so we're going to do some math here. Yay, math. We thought we didn't have to do this because we graduated. And we have people in our office that figure out what we need to make. So we have a 1 to 10% conversion rate. So on average, about 1 out of your 10 of your personal connections should either buy or sell a home or refer you. Or another way you can think about it is that you should be doing 1 deal or 1 referral with every 10 years with that one person. What's our average price point? Like I said, I use Stellar MLS data. This is from May. We don't have June numbers yet. We won't have those till July. But this is almost $500,000 for our Stellar MLS. It's at $461,213. So we're going to use 460 because I like even math. Okay, so what do you charge? This is definitely going to change what you should expect your sphere to be worth to you. The average commission in the MLS for the co-op fee is about 2.5%. I can tell you that I don't charge that. So I'm going to give you a little ninja tip. You want to charge more, use an exclusive buyer brokerage agreement. You talk to your buyers, you explain what it is, and then you put down what you want to earn and why, and explain to them why you think you should be earning that. They'll pay the difference of whatever the seller doesn't pay. So if you think you're worth apples, charge apples. If you think you're worth coffee beans, charge coffee beans. I know I'm worth a steak, so that's what I charge. And the reason why I use that is because, we're not supposed to talk commission, but we're doing it for this example, so we're going to use 2.5%. So what's your split? Are you at 80-20, 90-10, or at a full 100? That's going to determine what your sphere is worth to you. So math time, yay! Okay, so when we see the 80-20 split, when we do the calculation, we see that each personal connection in the database is worth $920. When you do the 90-10, each one's worth $1,035. And if you're at 100%, each person in your sphere is worth $1,150 a year for you. So, just for example, if you're at the 80-20 split and you put in all the work, you can make $92,000 income annually off your sphere if you put in that work. It's not easy, but you can do it. So I want you to build relationships and stop thinking of people as transactions, because that's how you're losing business with your sphere. We need to be relationship-based and not transactional-based. So, unfortunately, people are selfish. They are. It's all about me and I, not you. So people have 3 questions when judging a relationship. Can I trust you? So are you trustworthy? Are you committed to excellence? Are you going to do the right thing and do you care about me? Those are the 3 questions people ask in their head when they are picking a realtor. So now the question is, you're going to be like, so they don't have to like me? Nope. They don't have to like you. They don't. That's why I have people that I don't get along with still call me about real estate. But it does help because it makes the transaction go a lot smoother if you do get along with them. So the key to a successful real estate business with your sphere is that trust, excellence, and care. Unfortunately, it is not enough to just show it once. It's not enough to show it twice. You have to continuously do it because you need to build a relationship with that person. Like if you hire a contractor to do your house, were they recommended to you? Do you trust them? I'm having my bathroom done. I had to find somebody I trust doing tile that wasn't going to put them up crooked. So I don't even know the guy's name that I hired, but I trust him. He's in my house by himself doing my tile. Okay, so this is the fun part, marketing to your sphere. So before you market to your sphere, you need to organize your database. And I know Iron Valley has taught you to do A, B's, and C's. Well, I take it a step further and I do A through D. Actually, it's like school. As you can see, we have no F's because those are the people we definitely don't keep. So we have A+. Those are the people that are referring you, okay? So they have or are currently referring you. You have A, they are amazing. They will refer you. You did such a great job. They're your past clients. They're definitely going to refer you, so they're A. Okay. We have B, brothers and besties. They're your friends, your family. They may or may not refer you. You hope they do. I mean, if a friend doesn't refer you, they're really not a friend. And then they're going to get knocked down the list. C, cool acquaintances. Those are people that you have a relationship with, but you don't talk to often. And D, they're dead to me. Like I don't market to them, not at all, but they stay in my database because if they call me, I still want to be able to take notes. But they're not in my Facebook group. I'm not sending them postcards, nothing like that. They're just in my phone and in there. Hopefully, I know not to answer the phone when they call. So you want to stay top of mind. How are you going to do that? Don't use scripts. Anybody that's telling you to use a script on your SOI, get rid of that advice. Throw it out. There's one script I will give you later on. But other than that, do not use any scripts. People could tell when you're trying to sell to them, okay? So here's an example of a couple of things I do. I send a weekly email touch. It's a real estate newsletter that has news. And I will actually show you that right now. Okay, so as you can see, this was my Memorial Day one. It was sent out the Thursday before Memorial Day, I think. And people got this. There are links to different things, but there's real estate news. Fed likely raising rates this week, then what? I don't put the whole story in, I put a little snippet, they can go read more. 4 things buyers should plan to negotiate. Then I put something fun in here because we want something fun, we don't want to be all business. Freshen up outdoor cushions, the holidays coming, they need to freshen them up. They need to look nice. How should you put your pillows outside? Here's some advice. Orlando renters struggle to get housing vouchers. This is important. I know some of my sphere are renters, so they need to have that. HUD to update disabled access regulations. My son is disabled, so putting something about anything that is disabled is important to me and important to other people because they're my sphere, we're all community. And then how to prepare your yard for summer. Memorial Day again was coming. They're probably throwing parties, which they did. They were fantastic. And again, here we have a homeowner tip of the month. And then at the bottom, I have clickbait. These go to a landing page that pulls in, more information. So I can tell exactly who is downloading the seller spring guide and who's downloading the buyer spring guide, because that's going to tell me I need to market to those people more. Because if Mary is downloading the seller guide, I know she's thinking about selling her house. If she's downloading the buyer guide, she's thinking about buying another property. And then, I've got my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the bottom so that they can go to my page or whatever, send me a message. Oh, come on, stop, computer. There we go. Okay, let's go back to. Okay, so that's my real estate newsletter. To my A's and my A+, I give them a monthly newsletter. So can I have my Jane Doe come up here? So Jane Doe, I've sent this out. You just received it in the mail.
I can open it?
You can open it. That's what you're supposed to do.
You got good wrapping.
So
skill.
I have to make sure that nothing gets taken out of there. So I would have had a business card in here. This is a class, so I'm cheap. I'm not going to put business cards inside. Okay, so what you would have seen first is the house and home newsletter. Look,
Oh,
Yeah, he took it out backwards. So he would have seen the House and Home newsletter, and it is 4 pages long, including the cover.
Do you want to show it?
Sure. So it tells what's in this newsletter. So in this one, this was my June newsletter. And this one was remodeling projects with the biggest return, filling cabinet planter do-it-yourself guide, and 6 steps for prioritizing what you need and want in a home. So here we have our articles. That's page 2. Page 3, which is very important, I snuck in a market report from Stellar MLS and from the one for Puerto Rico, because we do cover that area. If you are in Florida, you should think about Puerto Rico. And then I have the rest of what's in there, my information, and a QR code that basically says if you scan this, you'll get a free home evaluation. They scan it, they go into my CRM. This is why we say CRMs are very, very, very important. Okay, so don't go anywhere. I also put them on an email drip campaign. It's a 5-year Sphere of Influence email drip campaign. So I'm not having to send them additional emails. My CRM is sending them out. They get birthday cards. Okay, Jane Doe, let's pretend that your birthday is next. Show them the back before you open it. So as you can see, there are stickers on it on the front. And then when you flip it over, that's what she's going to see. Something inviting.
Yeah, impeccable packaging. I don't open mail.
Most people don't get mail, and this is why something like this will keep you on top of mind with your sphere of influence.
I would totally open this.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
They're getting confetti for their birthday. So 2 things are going to happen when they get this. A nice little message that, yes, I did write. I do all my birthday cards for that month 2 days before the previous month is over. So for, what month are we going? In July, I'm doing my birthday cards tomorrow. They all go into the mail. So everybody in July will get a birthday card within the next week or 2. So 2 things will happen after they receive it and they open it. So all through the month, because some people wait till their birthday to open and some people open it right away. I get, oh my God, thank you so much for your birthday card. I never get any, but nobody sends me birthday cards at all. I get birthday emails, they suck. Or I get, what the fuck? Like literally like that. Not even a hi, hello, what did you do? Do you understand that this is all over my counter? And while they're on the phone, I say, happy birthday. I have a genuine conversation with them. And then I end it off with, hey, by the way, who do you know that is looking to buy or sell a home in the next 6 months? I did not say, do you? I said, who do you know? Because do you know someone? Everybody's going to say no. So that's why we say who. I do pop-by gifts quarterly. I did not bring any with me, but I do pop-by gifts to my A+s. And again, I talk to them about the market after I find out how they're doing, and then I ask them who do they know is looking to buy or sell in the next 6 months. And I always say 6 months. Sometimes I'll even push it to a year to get a name, another name from my database. Phone calls quarterly to my sphere, so I'm not being like, oh my God, I have to call 2,000 people. What the hell's wrong with me? Oh my, that would be a lot. Social media engagements, and then my favorite is my Christmas. This is you're gonna love this. So this is the front of the Christmas cards. This is the back of the Christmas cards. Here you go.
Oh my God.
Another business card, and they're getting snowflakes, little holly coming out. God knows it could be it's different every year. So again, if you're gonna do this, expect, oh my God, thank you so much for your Christmas card. I hate you. I have snow all over my rug and I can't get it out and I'm afraid my dog's gonna eat it. So those are the 2 things you're gonna get. Now, Actually, I did lie a little bit. I do have one Popeye gift with me, and I do this at Halloween and at Christmas. Those are the only 2 times I do this. So Jane Doe, you stay right there. This is to my A+ clients only. So I knock on the door, they answer, and I go, let's pretend it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. I just wanted to bring you a platter of cookies. You know, by the way, I'm doing a raffle. In this thing, there could be a prize cookie. The prize cookie is a giant Sour Patch Kid cookie. That's what the red ones are. I've got Linzer, I have peanut butter and jelly, I have regular peanut butter, I have Butterfinger flavor, I have Sour Patch. So this one's going to be a giant Sour Patch cookie. Okay?
Gotcha.
So, but while I'm here, you know, I just want to give you a little information about the real estate market. It's 5 minutes. That's it. I'm not going to ask them for a referral at this point. I'm not, because it's Christmas. I'm going to let them enjoy it. Okay, Noah, I'm going to leave. You're going to open this and see if it's in there. Because that's what everybody does, literally. As soon as I walk out the door, people are pulling this apart. Okay, so just pull it apart and see if the prize cookie's in there. Because I made 3 platters.
You really want
Yes, I want you to pull it apart. Yeah, pull it apart. And they're usually wrapped a lot nicer, but it's not Christmas time. You can't find Christmas stuff right now.
All right. So what do I do now?
You're just going to dig through there and see if you find the prize cookie. Okay?
So I have to actually eat it?
No, you don't have to eat it. Don't eat it, because then you can't call me and show me that you got it.
Is it like on the back?
So no, it would be a giant Sour Patch cookie. It's a cookie that
Like a
looks
giant-
different.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
it's huge.
It is huge.
So it's, oh my God, that is huge. Oh my God.
Usually it's a giant cookie because people used to eat them, and then I would not know who won this raffle.
He lost the leg.
So, oh, he lost the leg. So he got the prize cookie. Okay, so he would call me or send me a text. He's within 5 minutes of leaving the house. I usually know who wins because they're just doing this. And then I'm going to set a time to come back and give their prize. Well, I knock at the door and I'm like, hey, congratulations, you won. I give them a hug. I come in. There's no, I'm not coming in. I'm getting through that door. They're trying to shove it. I don't even give them anything. My foot's going in there. I get in there. I start talking to them, asking them how their holiday was, because it's usually when I'm giving it to them, it's after the holidays. I'm like, how was your holiday? Da-da-da. Going through, talk, and then they ask me, so how was yours? I was really busy. Oh my God, I was doing so much transactions. It doesn't matter if I wasn't doing any. I'm always busy, to my sphere of influence. Right before I leave, I say, hey, here you go, your raffle. Congratulations. Go ahead, open it. Now he's terrified something's going to fall out. So he's got, for this one, and it, depending on who wins the raffle is what I give them. I cater it towards them. So, you know, I didn't know if the prize cookie was in here, so I didn't really pack this wonderful, but he's got some stuff. He's got champagne, and then you have another envelope, which he's dreading. He's dreading.
It's like at this point they already know.
This is when they usually pull out the garbage can and they start doing this over the garbage can.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
Okay. And nothing's falling out, right?
It's a unicorn. Oh!
He's gotten a gift card.
See? That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's really
So
good.
I actually, and there was no confetti in this one because I don't want to get like knocked out for getting no confetti. So usually I give a $25 gift card. Sometimes, you know, I have one person that loves trucker hats. I'll do a trucker hat and I'll do a gas card for them. So I really try to cater it. I have a very bougie client that I go to the Louis Vuitton store. They look at me when I ask for a $25 to $50 gift card. Like, what are you going to buy with that? I still get that. So you could see those gifts right there are what's going to keep you on top of mind. What?
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, so ninja tip. Don't be obnoxious. You can tell who you need to back off from, okay? Yeah, I know like the confetti and stuff's a little obnoxious, like, but I'm not gonna go to their house the next day if I've done confetti. But if they're like, if you're hearing them go, yeah, everything's great, like, I gotta go, you know you've been calling them way too much. But when you are talking to them, you need to demonstrate that you know what you're doing in real estate. So even if you haven't done a deal, fake it till you make it, okay? If you don't know something, learn it. If you do know something, share it. We want educated people buying and selling. Okay, again, stay in touch. I went over like some of the stuff that you could do to stay in touch. So direct mail, you could see there are no postcards on here, okay? No postcards at all. Postcards in my community and with all of my sphere get thrown in the recycling bin. They are a waste of money. I know this for a fact because when I first started, I sent out a postcard and then I went to my friend's house and I saw it in her recycling bin. I went to another friend's house, I saw it in their recycling bin. I saw it in my recycling bin. So, but you have a past client, send them a house anniversary card, okay? Maybe like a little gift certificate. Holiday cards, we just saw my holiday cards. I do Halloween and I do Thanksgiving. I do Easter also. Birthday cards, everyone wants a birthday card. They don't want a birthday email. Still keep them on your email, but send them one because it just means more. Event invitations. Host an event. Like, send them an invitation. If you know that there's an event going on, share it with them because they might not know. Give them tips and advice, like when you're talking to them. Handwritten notes. If you haven't spoken to them, just write them a note. Say, hey, haven't spoken to you in a while. Just wanted to say hi, and put that in the mail. Send it to them. The newsletter you could do monthly or quarterly. Items of value, and I'm going to show you what I mean by item of values. Okay, so this is something I would send with my newsletter. It's an item of value. It doesn't talk about real estate. It talks about how to distress yourself from technology. And there's two sides to it. When I send out my newsletter, I print it at the same time. Here, the hidden perks of great credit. Everybody wants great credit. We like shopping. I know I do. More credit cards, the better. Cybersecurity. Am I talking about real estate at all? No. This is talking about stronger passwords and stuff like this. This is something different, something that nobody else is doing for them. This is my November one, the science of gratitude, because we're Thanksgiving, everyone's thankful. They get this and they celebrate Thanksgiving. So, and how to track your happiness. So email, I showed you an example of a newsletter. Market updates, you saw how I shoved them in everywhere. I have one of my weekly newsletters is just for the market update when that one comes out. I have when Stellar comes out and then when Aura comes out, I put it all in one. I put everything I can download into a Google Drive and share that link with them as one of the little news stories in there. If there's listing alerts in my neighborhood that might interest them, even if it's not from Iron Valley, I send it out to them, but I also say like, hey, this is listed by a different brokerage. I make it clear it's our Iron Valley, but if you want to see it, let's sit down, let's talk about it and see if it's the right fit for you. I still send birthday emails and holiday emails on top of these birthday cards and Christmas cards and stuff like that. Monthly brochures. So every month I send out a brochure. They are just cute little things. I make a landing page though. So the email says, hey, you want to know how to improve your curb appeal for a positive ROI? Click here. And then the landing page basically says, do you want to set up a buyer counseling session or a seller counseling session for real estate? And then it says underneath, no, I just want my product. I just want my brochure. Normally, most of them just say, no, I want my brochure, but their information is going into my CRM. So I know that hey, this is who's clicked on this. And it's just a cute little 6-page brochure that they can read. Another one I've sent out recently is improving your credit so you can buy a new home. I aim this towards people that are renting because that's probably the reason why they haven't bought a home. Same thing. Let's see if this one has, no, so this one doesn't have a QR code, I think. No, so this one doesn't have a QR code. Sometimes I do put a QR code in some of them. This is the home inspection guide so that they know what to look for in a home inspection if they've never bought a house. Another one, I set up a landing page for that after I sent out the email, and they can download it. And it just talks about home inspections. I do put my information always on the last page, and this one, as you can see, has a QR code, and I aiming it towards buyers. So it says, ready for a one-on-one new home buyer consultation? Scan your QR code to book your meeting. They don't even have to talk to me. They can just book the meeting. It goes to my calendar. If you're a real estate agent, you should have a digital booking system. Let's see what this is. How to maximize living space. So you could see, and I'm pretty sure this one's got the same thing. So ready for a buyer or seller consultation. Again, they're going to scan the QR code. Okay. So those are like the monthly brochures and the seasonal brochures that I send out in the emails. In-person visits. These are important. You can't develop a relationship with just mail and email. It's impossible. You actually need to see these people. So once a year, prior to COVID, I haven't done it since COVID, and I've had people asking for it, but prior to COVID, I was hosting a client appreciation event once a year. And I paid for the whole thing. I had it at a place, and usually it was at someone's big backyard that they lent me, and I would have everything catered in, and people would get to know each other. And that was just for my A+ clients or my A+ sphere. I did date nights with them. Date nights. I say date nights because most of my people like to go out at night. Not many like to do lunch. But it could be a date for lunch, a date for breakfast. Just sit down, have a meal with them, talk to them, really ask them about themselves before you pitch real estate to them. Popeye gifts, you saw that already. Community events and the raffle, I showed that to you already. Social media, everybody's on social media. If they're not on social media, they're probably older, like super, super, super older that don't have a computer or they have the jitterbug. So set up a Facebook group for your sphere. On their pages, go and do one response on somebody else's page. Like somebody else's post. Don't just let it be about you. Like, make it about them. Make sure you give 5 likes to other people. And then you want to make sure that you're posting daily, not just on your business pages, but on your personal page. Invite your Facebook friends to like your business page so you can grow that. You want to build the credibility that's needed as a real estate agent. Do reels, stories, post about what you're eating. If you make a really bad cookie like I did, I posted it on Facebook. Like, those are the things you want to post about. If you have an Instagram page, it's kind of hard to say, hey, share, but put that on your Facebook. Say, hey, come follow me on Instagram or come follow me on TikTok. See some crazy videos. This is the biggest one, and this is what agents don't do with their sphere, is phone call. Just pick up the phone and have a genuine conversation with people. You saw it. Noah saw it earlier. I called. She is actually looking for investment properties, but I called her and asked her, how are you doing? And I let her just rant about her day and everything else. And then she was like, oh my God, I forgot to ask, how are you? And I said, great, I'm about to teach a real estate class. And she goes, really? She goes, are you that busy that you're able to teach, and you're that experienced enough, you're able to teach? And I was like, I guess so. Somebody's trusting me. I try to make a joke out of everything. You'll see stuff about that about me. But when you're talking about yourself, that's when you'll aim it towards your business. And then you always end the conversation with, by the way, who do you know that may be buying or selling a home within the next 6 months? And I recently have started doing, since the market's gotten a little tighter, is doing like face-to-face FaceTime instead of just regular phone calls. So when I ask that question, I'm like, who do you know? And they're like, I don't really know anybody. I'm like, are you sure that you don't know somebody? And I start nodding and they're like, well, yes, I do know somebody. So it's just this, psychological thing. So when you're asking that, if you're doing a face-to-face, make sure you start nodding. Okay, so if you want, I'm going to get out of the way, but if you want any of the marketing material that I have showed you, like those brochures, the templates, or if you want to know how I get them, because I don't do them myself, just scan the QR code. It will email me and I will send everything in an email to you guys. Okay, so we're almost done, I promise, but this is my favorite part, excuses. Why you can't market to your sphere. I'm scared. Well, what the hell are you scared of? Stop being a secret agent. You have to let everybody know that you are a realtor. Like, we don't get paid an hourly wage. This is how we make our money, is by closing. So stop being a secret realtor, okay? Most agents are scared to talk to their friends and family and neighbors because the fear is rejection. The worst they can say is no, but honestly, it is always a no until you ask. And then when they say no, just ask again and again and again. Okay, I get people that say, that's like, no, I'm probably going to use somebody else, or I'm not interested. And then a year later, they wind up using me to buy, sell, get them investment properties, things like that. Excuse 2. Again, I have no experience, so they're going to say no, that fear of rejection. Well, that's why marketing to them is important, to show that you are the real estate expert, okay? And you're part of the Iron Valley brokerage, which makes you part of a family. If you don't know the answer, I guarantee somebody in this brokerage does, okay? You don't know about industrial real estate? Call me. I will sit with you and tell you everything I need to know. You don't know about vacation rentals? Call Jay, call Noah. They will tell you everything, okay, and walk you through it. So when you're asked a question and you don't know it, don't say, I don't know. Like, I hear that, I don't know. That is a great question. Let me go ask my partner and I'll get back to you. So you don't have to know everything. You just come back up with that. That's a great question. I'll ask my partner, because we're all partners here. Okay? And then you're going to ask somebody and get the answer. Just don't give them a random answer. Excuse 3. I worked a lot and I dropped the ball with my sphere, so now they'll never, ever, ever use me. Trust me, I heard that. Well, you know what? Remember I told you I'd give you one script to use, okay? Guaranteed, I have 2,000 people in my phone. I know I've neglected some of them. So when I realize, I just call them and I say, hey, I was thinking about you, and you know what? Shame on me for not contacting you sooner. I just wanted to call and see how you're doing. And then we start a conversation, and then usually I'm saying, hey, by the way, are you free next Tuesday? Do you want to go get some lunch? Usually they say, well, not lunch, let's do happy hour, because a lot of my clients like to drink. So, and a lot of my sphere likes to drink and all that. I can tell you, when you don't neglect people, the world opens up to you. I have a client that I put in my sphere of influence that now wants to buy both homes next to him and has invited me to use his condos in the Philippines anytime I want, any time of the year. So I don't have to pay for, a place to stay when I'm out there. I have a friend that owns an aviation company that if I need to get up to New York real quick and I can't get a plane ticket, I can call him and he will get me there. So if you do the work, it will open doors for you, expanding your sphere, and you don't know who you're going to meet. My favorite excuse is my favorite one. I don't have the time. And I think 99% of agents say this. But if you're watching this, you do have time. Which I'm proud of you because you're watching this. This is my answer. My answer, if you say, I don't have time, and I'm going to say it, bullshit. You do. Okay? If there's a will, there's a way. You watch Netflix, package envelopes while you're watching Netflix. You got kids, free labor. You listen to podcasts, do your newsletter while you're listening to podcasts. I multitask. I have a podcast going, I'm working. Every time I'm watching Netflix, my laptop's on my lap. And I use a scheduling tool. I use Motion to schedule out my day because it will rearrange the tasks if I've had an appointment come in, so I don't forget about that task. I know my monthly newsletter needs to be out in the mail by a certain day. I know my weekly email goes out every Thursday, so it needs to be done by Wednesday. If you truly don't have the time because you've built out a team and stuff like that, that's when you're going to hire a VA or an assistant because you're making the money. Hire those people. You don't want to pay somebody, go to a local school, offer a free internship because it's valuable knowledge. Train them how to do it. And then a lot of the stuff I have, it's already made templates. I'm just editing it. That's why I said if you email me, I will give you a lot of those for free and show you where I get them. And then the biggest thing, and this is the last thing, you will always say thank you for a referral because a thank you goes a long way. All it takes is a thank you card in the mail with a $5 to $10 Starbucks gift card, Dunkin' Donuts gift card, McDonald's, Panera, Chili's, whatever. It's just to say thank you, okay? Nobody sends stuff through the mail anymore. And I hear that all the time. One of my pageant sisters who lives in Mississippi, she's actually going to be buying a house next year, and she asked me to find her an agent out there. I'm going to get a commission off of that because it's a referral fee. I sent her a Christmas card, and then I followed up. I said, hey, did you get my Christmas card? She's like, I never check my mailboxes. I never get any mail. And I was like, you never get a Christmas card? She was like, no. She went out there, and that's when she called me saying, hey, since you do real estate, can you help me find somebody out here? After she got her Christmas card. That little gesture, is probably going to, get me a nice little paycheck. So it's important. And I don't know how much I can stress it. And I think that's it. So now you have no excuses. You will have results if you follow that. You put in the work. You should be making, if you have 100 people in your database, what did I say, $92,000? That's a nice little paycheck. So go out and do the work. And that's it.